I'm Gary Roding, co-founder and vice president of marketing for Acceleron. This presentation is an overview of our integrated payment processing program, which combines our business management and financial processing software with those of our Fintech partners, Global Payments Integrated and Intuit. Longer presentations, I'd like to provide an agenda, but also a video index. So we'll be covering our program goals, an overview of the program, and then getting into the components, giving you a high-level overview of them before we wrap up. It's just a guess, but I'm thinking if you're watching this video, it's probably because you're not satisfied with your current payment processing program, or you're getting started a new one in payment processing. Either way, the ultimate goal here is to get your money into your hands as quickly, easily, and as cost-effectively as possible. Now, we do this by creating a seamless integration with all the components that are involved in payment processing. And as you can see, there's quite a number of them. Everything from your bank all the way through the customer engagement process all needs to be integrated and done in a way that is easy to use and maximizes the speed. But before we go too far into the actual program, I wanted to just take a minute and address our Fintech partners. As I mentioned, there's two of them, Global Payments Integrated and Intuit. Now, both of them are obviously very large companies. That gives us great stability and should give you peace of mind. The other thing, then, most importantly, is they both share our vision of an integrated system and even contribute software to the program. So we're really happy that we're partners with them, that we do integration work for them as well on the technical level, and really pleased that we can bring this program to you with them. As we begin to get into the details of the program, I just want to say at the outset, we're well aware that one size doesn't fit all. And while we are really committed to a totally integrated program, that can also be very customized. Some pieces may fit for you, some may not. Some pieces you may want to add later. All that's possible because everything is done a la carte. It's month to month. It's a very low risk, high reward program. And you meet with one of our profit and expense specialists, and they can help you design one that'll work just for you. So let's start by talking about the benefits, and initially the benefits for you. And as we said from the beginning, the goal here is to get your money into your pocket as fast as possible. And that starts with having a life cycle based program that starts at the very beginning, right when you have a customer contact, whether it's collecting a deposit on an initial call, whether it's collecting at the point of sale. All that helps to speed up the transactions. And more importantly, or as importantly, it's capturing those transactions in an automated fashion, so it saves you time and it eliminates costly errors and mistakes that happen when you're entering things multiple times. And last, integrated program like this all through the cycle, provides an engaging platform for your customers. It's electronic, it's reliable, and in this day and age, it's digital, and it has to be. Over 40% of our current marketplace is made up of millennials and Gen Zs, and they live in their phones. And you need to have a system that they're going to use if you want to capture their business. For your customers, it's all about the customer journey. It starts from the very beginning when they book an appointment. It's about getting digital reminders. It's getting SMS or email reminders. It's about being able to fill out forms in advance if it's required. It's about collecting payments electronically with the tap of a credit card. It's all about digitalization, convenience, and security, the customer journey. And that's what our system provides. It provides 4 ways to pay, including a delay pay and splitting payments over time if you choose that option, giving them flexibility. If you're in a service business, let's say, and you show up and find there's a major problem, what do? It's a problem. Well, now if you have delay pay or splitting payments over time, they can immediately figure out how to do that. I'll show you that a little bit more about that in a bit. And then in today's day and age, everything is electronic. People live in their phones and their tablets and on their computers. And you need a system that's providing for them electronic communications using email and SMS text, and making it such that no phone calls are required. There are three primary systems or components to our payment processing program. At the center is the virtual terminal, and it connects your payment processing to your QuickBooks Online and to your bank integration to provide for a seamless, automatic method of getting any payments that are made to the right place, your bank. The second component is our business management systems. There's three flavors. We have our My Service Office, our Acceleron Customer Engagement Center, and our Charter Booking System. And I'll show you each one of those in a little bit of detail. And the third component is really the customer engagement suite. And we'll talk about that in depth too. It's really important in this day and age that you have a process of engaging with your customers from the initial phone call, creating a first impression, all the way through your website and media and managing your reputation and competition. If you don't do that in this day and age, it doesn't take very long for your brand to suffer badly. Let's go ahead and look at these in a little more detail. And at the outset, I'll also say that there are very detailed, longer YouTube videos on our channel on each of these. We're going to do a little more depth, but a fairly high level, just to give you a flavor for what the capabilities are. We're going to first look at the Acceleron CC Virtual Terminal, and we'll show how you can do manual payments through the terminal, how you can store information so that we can do recurring payments, and how you manage transactions that have been done, but not only in the virtual terminal, but also in your business management system and also QuickBooks Online. So let's start by looking at the virtual terminal, and this is the home page of the virtual terminal. And the first thing we're going to talk about is how you can make manual payments. This would be on someone calls in and gives you credit card information, whatever. Any time where you just have to process a credit card without it being in hand. And there's basically four ways to do that. One is credit card or debit card processing. The other is ACH, which is direct withdrawal from a bank account. The third is a customer statement, which is sending a link in either an email or a text message, or perhaps in an invoice to the customer for payment. And the fourth would be a point of sale device at your facility connected to your PC. In any of these cases, you're going to fill out the required information, and when you've submitted and it's approved, you're going to get the ability to send a receipt if you'd like, either by printing or emailing that receipt. One thing I did want to point out here is that you can also make this a recurring, basically saving that card to file from this location. I want to go back and talk about customer statements real quickly. As I said, that is the ability to send a link to the customer. That link is customizable. Put your own colors, your own logos, and it's going to have the amount to be paid. And if a new card, you click new card, and they would then input that information. One thing I did want to talk about a little more was split into payments option, and that's if you select that. It's something you would want to apply for, and basically allows your customers to do a delay pay or pay over time based upon their financial capability. It's done very, very quickly, in less than 2 minutes if they select that option. All of the information that they've input will come over to our partner, and they will input their information, and within 2 minutes they'll get back what their options are. If they select it, they can go ahead and pay in that way. The advantage for you is that there is ability to get sales that you might not otherwise have. If somebody's in a little bit of a jam, tight situation, doesn't want to use their credit card, here's another option. As I mentioned a moment ago, you can also make a sale recurring. There's a couple ways you can do it. One I showed you there. The other is to do it from the recurring payment screen. Here you can also add a new customer, and of course you have the ability to search on your existing customers. When you add a recurring payment, the one option is to have it regularly scheduled. It also can select which type of payment, whether it's credit card processing, ACH, or customer statement. And then you also can search for those that are manually transactions. So that's a card on file, used occasionally, and you would then select that. Any cards that are on a regular schedule, they get processed automatically. You don't need to do anything. You may want to update them, do a search and see what the numbers are and change anything that needs to be changed. But otherwise, it's going to go scheduled on that date that you have picked. Before we move on and talk about QuickBooks Online, let me take a moment and talk about the Transactions tab. What's important here is that this captures not only the transactions that are made in the virtual terminal, but in our integrated program, it's also capturing those that are made in your business management system. So if you have the option of collecting payments in the field, and there's options to collect payments within the business management system. Shown here in the field, you'll see that they have the option to collect by payment by card or payment by customer, sending a payment link, a customer statement. Both of those are then captured within the virtual terminal. Also, just mention, if you're payment by card, you'll have the option of doing a manual entry and putting the information manually, or using a Bluetooth card reader. The other thing that you'll be able to do from here is print a receipt or email a receipt if a customer asks you for it after the initial sale. You can go in and click on the transaction, and that option will be provided to you. And you can also do voids and refunds. So with that, let's move on and talk about QuickBooks Online. Let's move on then and talk about integration with QuickBooks Online. Again, this is not something you have to do, but it is a great way to synchronize the information from your business management system and your payment processing system with your accounting system and your bank. So we highly recommend it. We're, as you know, an Intuit development partner, so we can help you with a conversion if you're already not using QuickBooks Online. It can really support almost every size customer. And I think you'll find it really a great program if you're not already using it. So we start, like I say, with synchronization, and we basically use QuickBooks Online as the primary source of formatting and data, and bring over any customer information, items, tax rates, etc. If we go ahead and create a new customer anywhere in our BMS or virtual terminal, that information is then taken just straight from the same drop downs and information that you would find in QuickBooks. So it's all totally synchronized and made very efficient. If you do create a new invoice right within the virtual terminal, that's great, and then you can either submit it and just have it go into QuickBooks Online for a future payment, or you can submit and pay. If you submit and pay, just like if you did it manually right from collecting from a list of open invoices, you would click Receive Payment, and it opens Virtual Terminal and inputs all that information, whether it's in your credit card processing, your ACH, or your customer statement. So again, remember I said no duplicate entries. Everything is one time and one time only, eliminates errors, makes things so much faster. Okay, so that's the highlights of the virtual terminal. Again, that's the centerpiece of the payment processing, but it's gathering information and pulling it in from your business management system and from QuickBooks Online. So now let's move on and talk about the business management system. And we have a number of options that you can choose from, but all of them are designed with a particular purpose in mind, and that's to streamline and add value to the business processes from the customer acquisition all the way through the long-term relationship building. The focus is on customer engagement, business analytics, and time savings for necessary but non-productive tasks. In other words, giving you more time to focus on your business and the things that you enjoy doing. And we provide an important role in voicing and collections, feeding that payment information into the processing program, as I've discussed. We offer three available business management systems: My Service Office, an Acceleron CEC, and our charter booking program. Common characteristics: they all have analytics built in so that you can tell at a glance what your how your business is doing against your goals. They all have customer scheduling, where customers can self-schedule, and you, of course, can schedule customers from your administrative terminal. They all have CRM functions and integrated payment processing, of course, and additionally integration into partner software. What are the main differences? Well, My Service Office really focuses on kind of the service industry, and especially those that have field agents of one sort or another. There's a field app which allows them to do work in the field, collect information, invoice, collect payments. The Acceleron CEC is geared more towards general business, but it functions very similar to the administration portion of the My Service Office. The third one is charter booking, and that's geared to companies like charter fishing or hunting outfitters, and is very specific to that process. The best way to really climb into the details and really get a flavor of how these business management systems work and how they'll work for you is to really try them out. And we offer a feature tour of both the My Service Office and the charter. Simply go to the sites and click on the feature tour button, and up will come a guided tour of a live site. You can interact with it, make entries, do anything that you really want to do with it. So just go to myserviceoffice.com, or if you're interested in the charter fishing side, go to the acceleron.com/charter fishing. The last component I want to overview is the customer engagement suite. As we start to talk about customer engagement, I thought I'd take a second and just give you some insight into what kind of the experts in customer engagement say. And I'm not sure you can argue that Google probably has more experience in customer engagement than anyone. And they basically said that a great customer experience requires a frictionless contact. It needs to be fast, personalized, helpful, and consistent. Gartner, who's one of the leading industry information companies, they basically say customer engagement is there to boost brand experience, increase customer loyalty and trust. It provides valuable customer feedback and insight, improves customer experience, and of course increases the funnel velocity of your sales process. And finally, from Clarabridge, customer engagement is the emotional connection between a customer and a brand. Highly engaged customers buy more, promote more, and demonstrate more loyalty. Providing a high-quality customer experience is an important component in your customer engagement strategy. It's obviously that we've become a digital world. People live in their phones and in their tablets, and we need to be able to have our business experiences mirror those that our customers want. And that's what customer engagement is all about. The primary functions we build into our customer engagement suite include a professional call management system that's also a personalized call management system, website and social media support, and social media tracking and management, and competitive analysis. We've done this in concert with our partners, and one of the keystones of it is a software product from our global payments partner called CallPop. And what CallPop does is allow calls coming in to be answered not only professionally, but also to be personalized. There's detailed information on the customer that's gathered from our business management systems and provided right there on the screen for the person answering that call. You can also do some really cool things like send a customer statement right from there. They can take notes. They can open up the customer's account with a touch of a button, making it for a very professional and, again, personalized call. We also have the ability then to track and analyze the experience your customers are getting on your social media and your website. And that's really important today. There's actually a number of studies out that talk about even if you get a bad rating on a social media, if you correct it, and when I say corrected, you go in and answer that right away, that actually improves that rating immediately. And then there's, of course, competitive analysis. And we put that in here in the customer engagement because your customers are looking at your competitors too. So you need to see how they're ranking and how they're doing. And all of this is collected automatically, and it's done through reviews, promotions, social reputation, online visibility. And it's really critical in this day and age that you manage that very closely. Which, by the way, one of the other things is that when it comes to all these things, you say, I don't know how to do that stuff. Well, we do. And we can also provide a turnkey service from everything from creating your website to improving your content to increasing the search engine optimization, doing ads for you on social media, whatever it is that you need to make your business successful, we can provide as a service if you need it. So let's wrap this up by talking about next steps. As I said earlier, our program is designed to get your money into your bank fast, but we're flexible. And the next step really here is to set an appointment with one of our profit and expense specialists and let them design for you and with you the system that will really suit your needs. It's really easy to do. All you need to go to is the Acceleron.com site. There's a link right there, right to our scheduling software. And if you want to, again, get into some more details on, say, the business management system or the virtual terminal, those feature tours are the best way to do that at myserviceoffice.com and Acceleron.com/charterfishing. Really look forward to having you as a customer, and hopefully, as I said, this was of value to you. Take care now.